live in accordance with your higher purpose. How do you know if you're doing that?
So within every person, within everyone, there is that burning desire to change reality, that burning desire to become who they are truly called and meant to be. And you can tell that you're following your path by certain giveaways, several things that will show you that you are basically where you're heading in the right direction. So firstly, if you're doing in your life something that you're really passionate about, and not just passionate because it interests you, like for example, someone can be quite excited eating their favorite food, which doesn't mean that it's their life purpose, obviously. What I'm saying is, if you have a task, a job, a mission in your life that makes you jump out of bed in the morning because sleeping seems like too much bother, because it takes you away from this exciting thing you're working on, then you know you are on the right path. And with that also comes that the entire world seems to conspire to help you with that. So the more you progress on your path, the more things and circumstances and people just enter your life and seem to arrange themselves in your favor. That is not to say, obviously, that once you start following your purpose, everything will just become effortless. No, but what will happen is that you will start feeling that fire within. You will feel more alive than ever before. So this is when you follow your purpose, the feeling you get. So it's not just enjoying something, because many people confuse it with enjoyment. And I hear it all around. Many people think that, oh yeah, well, it's just do something you enjoy. It's not so much about enjoying on the mundane level. It's something that ignites your inner flame. It's something that makes you feel alive. And as I said, the more you follow the path, the more influence you start having on the world, and the happier you become, because the greatest desire of every human being, of every person, is to have as much influence on the world as possible. This is why we do what we do. This is why people want to have money. This is why people want to have families. This is why people want to procreate. They want to leave their dent on the world. And with that, they realize their power, because if you can have the job you want, you reaffirm to yourself that you have the power to make it happen. If you manage to get together with someone you wanted to be together, again, it reaffirms your power of being able to make that happen. And same with money, same with everything. And this is why people crave all those external ideas and external manifestations of their inner power. But the true inner power comes from actually following your path. And this is why it's the point number one.
Follow the path of the right thoughts, right speech, and the right actions. That seems very specific.
Okay, specific in what way?
For example, follow the path of right thoughts. How's that even possible?
Every warrior in spirit should exercise thought control. It's very important, because the more you tap into your inner power, the more influence and impact your thoughts have, not just on you, but on everyone around. So if your thoughts are not of the right quality and not of the right direction where you want to go to, then it can create a very detrimental impact on your life. Remember what the Buddha said, what we think we become. So it is really important that a person, especially a person that realizes his inner power, starts following his integrity and manifests that integrity in his thoughts, his words, and his actions. That all external manifestations of who you are aligned with who you are. This is the best place to be and the most empowering place to be.
Cultivate mindfulness and compassion in everything you do. Mindfulness as in
being aware and present in the moment. Non-judgmental awareness. This is how mindfulness is often translated. So most people essentially squander the time of their lives by not being fully present in the moment. So they're not alive in the moment because their mind either takes them back in the past and they relive some moments that they had in the past, thinking, oh yeah, I should have said this or that to that person, or I should have done this, or they live in the future thinking about what they're going to do today, tomorrow, a week from now. So essentially what happens, they're never there. So in every given moment of life, they're never there. And because all your battles happen in the present, now is the only time when you can have real influence, when your power is manifested. It's really important to train your mind to stay grounded in the now. And the compassion bit is to stop your mind from committing silly mistakes. Because quite often, if a person doesn't have enough compassion, firstly, it manifests in them not being careful with themselves, not being compassionate enough, not being forgiving enough for their mistakes, which again takes your power away from you. And not being compassionate to other people means that you may start judging them on their life choices and being negative about it, which again creates a negative state of mind, and it projects that negative state of mind on that person. So having compassion for others means that what you can do is watching them getting through their lives, doing the best they can, even if they falter, or even if they fail in your eyes, in your book, from your perspective, you can still have compassion to them, understanding that what they're going through is necessary for them to learn something important. So you don't come from the position of judgment. You come from the position of a silent observer who is ready to help if asked for help, but who would never try and impose his judgments and his ideas onto others and trying to force them to live the way he or she thinks is the best way. And it stops your mind from being negative about it.